Hello, glorious bastards, and welcome to the Socialist Republic of Nicaragua. Yes, in light of the recent 0.8 update, I have decided to play as, in Central America. Because we need to bring the revolution down here. And I really like the new use of the Stahlhelm. I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure. Oh, come on. Why you hate us? Oh, embargo, of course. Well, then we know that the United States is like it's supposed to be. After all, one of the United States not embargo. Oh my god, that's a lot of text. And remember, since I don't know Spanish, every Spanish word that comes up is gonna be butchered. Okay. The American occupation of Nicaragua and reinstallation of Adolf Diaz effectively made Nicaragua an American puppet state. Fortunately, however, hope was not entirely lost. Liberals across the country rose in armed rebellion to topple the American puppet regime and eventually succeeded when the fall of the capital forced Alva Diaz to flee to America. The new liberal regime, however, brought very little change and continued to collaborate with the American under former liberal revolutionary José Morat Maria Moncada. The creation of a militarized national police force known as the National Guard under Aristotle Garasha, with the help of the United States Marines, further cemented the continuation of the status quo. Dissatisfied with the discretion of the new government, several former liberal revolutionaries such as Juan Bautista Carranza left the country. Others returned to armed revolt. The young Francisco Secrera Mondrana organized resistance in the north near the border with Honduras, while Augusto Cesar Sandino launched an insurrection in the south, headed by forces loyal to the regime. Marchelo's northern resistance of 400 men managed to retreat south to join Sandino's and his 300-man regime. The new consolidated forces slowly began to retreat into the southern jungle while gaining expertise in guerrilla warfare. However, this could not last forever. Increasing the desperate, Sandino fled to Mexico by plane in an attempt to enlist foreign support while Moreno continued to fight. While in Mexico, Sandino met Emilio Zapata, and the two found not only common ground, but even became fast friends. Further bolstered by material support from both the Commune of France and the Union of Britain, Zapata personally accompanied Sandino back to Nicaragua, along with a small force of Mexican volunteers. His position improved. Sandino's domestic report began to grow massively, and his revolutionaries began to fight their way north. Once flagging morale boosted by Sandino's newfound success, syndicalist protests erupted in the capital, and the approach of the Revolutionary Army led to the Marines' retreat to the country's east. The Americans, judged by the situation of the underdeveloped National Guard, hopelessly at the coast of the Marines continued to hold the capital prohibitively high. Soon after, the Liberals and National Guard dogs escaped to Honduras, leaving the capital open to Sandino's final push. Along with this, Zazaca, who retreated to Mexico due to his hate of the former government, returned to help in formation of the revolutionary government for the revolution. So what does Honduras have like? The Great Purge, December Revolution, Peasant Republic, Monroe Doctrine, Honduras Council, you have military dictator, you have military dictator. Oh wait, you're not military dictator, are you? No, you're an election, So you and you are both military. I can't really elect something. The liberal revolution. Oh, Augusto Cesar Sandino became our leader. Next election, April. I still hate the totalists with a burning heart. Wait, do I then have Francisco Zanini or Rondado? Yeah, they're all good they all have guerrilla warfare. Liberation Day. Come on, I need to put him in charge. He is after all a war hero. Now, this is for some reason demilitarized. Though I don't know why. I guess it's when they retreat, when the Marines and those National Guard retreated into the east, they couldn't be. They still sort of semi-occupied this area. For some reason, I froze really hard here on the turn towards the second. Please don't say the Kaiserreich has crashed again. No. It just took a lot of time to switch months, apparently. The Coffee Republic. Ugh. Increased military. Black Monday triggered. Great. Beacon of democracy. Protecting Panama. The fifth Nicaraguan war. Slight economic depression. National police. Can you turn towards channeling crisis? Entente support. We must stand alone, hold the channel, fortify the coast. Panama on the global stage. Defender of our homeland. Ugh. Disgusting. Wonder can Panama turn towards national police coup. A complete 180 for the PRL. Panama don't seem to be able to fall to. Don't seem able to. Oh, they got socialist victory. Though it's the Social Democrats. Ugh, disgusting. Can you turn? Yes, you can do the revolution triumphant. Revolution. The Socialist Republic. The Australia Unionism. Well, yes, you dudes can turn towards the revolution. Oh yeah, and all ministers have been lowered to cost 50 now, but their powers have also been lessened. Can you dudes turn? Well, the National Progress Party can, and then start socialist transformation. The people love finish nationalization, push for Central America. Yes, I know you have peace now. Okay, let's choose. Just look here. Less research time. I'm producing all of 4 guns a day. 4.5 guns a day. God damn it. Would you stop trying to win? Now I'm gonna keep the... I'm gonna stand for the radical socialists, right? Seizing the countryside. That one's always nice because it means I can actually claim this one. Well, I'm actually gaining 1 daily. Shit. But that's because I'm not currently using this. Sorry that you're about to hear this. I just opened the Coke. Yes. Finally, the election is coming around. But yeah, all of you have had a complete rework of the Americas. North Americans and Central Americans have a complete rework of the ones. Aha, Sardinia keeps the mantle of president. To free our people. Sardinia's most ravenous supporters, known as the Sardinists, have been causing trouble for the local population and the other parties. Sardinia has begun to make moves to claim this small section of the population to turn them into dignified soldiers willing to die for the revolution rather than Sardinia himself. Yes, to free our people, we must protect ourselves and bring the revolution for peace. St. Peter has a new occupant. Who was it this time? The usual dude, the usual dude. Of course, the Caribbean rework have been held off, probably to a hot fix or something. But yeah, they seem to be going through. They've just, the last one was this one. Now it was this, probably this. So now they'll probably move on to something like, I don't know, Africa, Asia. Europe. But one of the things I found, the Sardinist organized celebration. Nice. But one of the things I find more funny is that Kaiserreich came out with a naval rework before man the guns. Why can't I research dreadnoughts? Oh yeah, that's right, I have to do some of these. Form Central America. Must be socialist, must be socialist, must be socialist. Central America annexes lot. Join Central America. I'm gonna form up Central America to free our people. Which will modify this one. Nicaragua is the beginning of the step to the Central American Revolution. We will try to expand our influence abroad. How is these infantries? They're pretty weak. I seem to be able to make one of them. One whole division. I know, right? It's like so many divisions. Ooh, they've added new divisions. New decisions, yeah. Oh, no, they've not added new, they've just made them all more... They've made them all visible. Aha, I knew it. Central American politics can be complex at times. Deeply involved paying off each other while staying at the good side of whoever has their eyes in the region. And will need to be navigated carefully. Which is kind of a weird thing to write. Up. I can go up to early mobilization, but I don't want to. But hey, and now I'll get even closer to producing 5 guns a day. Just woof, just tumbles off a cliff. Because I shall wait for it to be completely trained. I won't preemptively deploy them. They have 2 divisions, and they've just gotten this one. What do I need from the ground up? The east have been liberated. So I need to go all the way down to this one. The United States collapsing in on itself. We can make our previous 4 years' work of its instruments to reclaim the country. To free our people, we must protect ourselves. Sardinia has demanded the production of propaganda films to calm the small section of the population in order to turn them into dignified soldiers. Okay, I like this new look of it. To you, coup d'etat and Siam, and Oswald Mosley. Yeah, again, let me repeat. Do you guys ever think that, like, the producers of Kaiserreich have look into what Paradox will upload next? New bastion of the world. Disgusting. Why do you keep breaking down my shit? Monroe Doctrine. Disgusting. No. Back in the day I couldn't read and no money was available, but I still stand for the common man. The liberal mindset can be shared with others as long as we are self-dependent. I like this style. Yanks promises. Ah, yes. Now it also has division recovery rate. But I'll lose 10% of the defense on core territory and gain 5 attack on core territory. And let's advance this one. And I start good friends with you, due to us having same ideology and allies in the revolution. Legacy of the revolution. Modern division structure, which will remove many of the, it will lower a lot of the negative ones. Yeah, and a lot of the negatives one with this one, and even add some positive ones. Economic legacy of the revolution. Liberal protests. Nah. Revolutionary socialists. Truly interesting one. I love how Mexico can't fall to the totalists. They can, sorry. Okay, the totalists can't get elected. They can queue though. Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth? Okay, sure. Why not? Guess that means that you... Oh, it even gives a whole new one. A new capital. This will have consequences. This will have consequences. The socialist meaning. Sure. Integrating the two armies. Much of this seems to be between who shall who. Fires of the revolution. Police mobilized. Commonwealth stands alone. The Greater Commonwealth. The Ruthenian referendum. The Galatian Purchase. Reverse the Polish partitions. Strike towards Galatia. Strike at the Russians. Yes. To free our people, we must protect ourselves and bring the revolution for peace. What does it say? With Ladino's part in preparing the army to spread the revolution, he has now led his objective for the common struggle. The first is to emulate the traitors exiled in Honduras. The second is to spread the revolution to the rest of Central America, and the third is to establish a united Central America, in which our people can live and thrive. This agenda has increased support for the war in the country, along with Ladino himself preparing the army to battle. So now this one is complete. I want 200 political power before I move up. Fuck it, I'm not waiting for that. Now we have early mobilization, which means I officially have one civilian factory in use again. Come on, I believe in you. I've seen you win once, I can see you win again. We're suffering from the Great Depression and political crisis. Why do you hate me, Honduras? Revolutionary threat. Holding exile military. That makes sense. Unión Sindicalista. Huh. The Christian socialists actually didn't win down here for once. It's usually, where is the election tree for them? There is no election tree for them. Sure, okay. But they can't strengthen the German now. State atheism. Strengthen the Republic. Worker priest. It's communal democracy and industrial democracy. An urban commune. I would say urban commune is stronger. The socialist welfare. Cement congressional authority. So what you suffers from divided nation. Celebration of 15th December. Yes. But it's the entire of El Salvador. What is this? What does this mean? The Satanists will be deployed. Wow, it's a whole militia division. With 60 guns. I know, impressive, right? Like, they don't even seem to have any kind of special power, they're just militias. But now I have to wonder, will they be deployed like regularly? Or is that all of them? Nicaragua is the beginning step of the Central American Revolution and will try to expand influence abroad. Yes. Legacy of American influence. Despite Zadino's many attempts to throw away the United States' influence, it still lingers about the economy, is heavily reliant on the United Fruit Company that continues to loom over us like a hawk. As long as the United States is watching, however, we cannot remove the shackle of our back. Yeah, you need to declare into sudden civil war before that can happen. Before that can happen, somebody shoot me. I apparently cannot speak English. We are all Americans, technically. Yes. But then again, Americans also also seem to really like to use that whole thing called like, what is that whole thing? Oh yeah, I'm an Irish Italian. Oh, you're an Irish Italian? Yeah. Well, how long back was your Irish? My great grandmother was Italian. Oh, Irish. Sorry, I'm not good at this. Okay. But yeah, my great grandmother was whatever nation you said first. Do you have any cultural connection to your old nation? No. Yeah, that was a little tangent about one of the things I dislike about Americans. But then again, I also hate Europe. Don't make it sound like I love Europe anymore. Because I don't. Believe me. Will this one pass now? No, I need to seize total control of the country. Sorry about that. I quickly had to sneeze. Stalinist almost march east. Despite what, of course they almost marched east. They're apparently fucking idiots. Who want us to end up in a war with this motherfucker. Ah, fuck it, let's look at the Focus tree again. Like, what here? What looks interesting? Yeah, the Monroe Doctrine. Reform the Monroe Doctrine. Dollar diplomacy. The power of the American dollar shall improve our relations. Arsenal of democracy. New diplomatic corps. Joint military training. Plan. Rainbow color war plans. Huey Long has been elected. Technical cooperation. Business ties. United together. American go forth. The American century. Reaffirm the Monroe Doctrine. Creates faction League of American States. Good neighbor policy. Arsenal of democracy. Inter-American Peace Force. Inter-American Defense Board. Pan-American Development Board. Inter-American Defense League. Pan-American Conference. What does this do? The Inter-American Intelligence Agency shall help coordinate intelligence operation with the rim of the Laos. Allies in the Americas. Defending the Americas. Pax Americana. The Western Hemisphere is an ear under the watchful guise of the American eagle. Sure. I don't believe you. Fuck it, let's develop. I'm gonna go mass assault doctrine. Now, will you please erupt into civil war already? I do not like settling here and twiddling my thumbs. Revolutionary threat. While you have watching our every move. Yeah, I can feel that. Nicaragua. Wow, how much monthly growth is I get all of 13 people who can be recruited. It's pretty impressive, don't you think? Wait, but this one isn't considered a core state. What the fuck? That's probably because it's demilitarized. Or some stupid shit like that. I would like to up you to extensive conscription, but I can't. But one thing I can do is up to partial mobilization. Don't worry about that. I have all of 812 guns in store. What you gonna do about it, Honduras? Now that weird thing has been removed from here. Don't know what it was. Coffee exports. Guerrilla force, balanced terrain adaptation, autonomous officers. You really seem to have a lot of weird ones, but it seems like you're focusing on the military. The regular army. Well, guerrilla spirits. Professional army you didn't go with. Seems to be lowering the recruitable population. Loyal army. Large army. Military infrastructure, military industrial company. Professionalization. Professional. Successful enlargement. For dictators, a large but unloyal army is dangerous. With the recent elections in America, many have noted the rapidly increasing unrest located within America. From protests to internal political strife, many are predicting that the fall of the giant who has oppressed our people for so long. This has raised morale amongst the people, especially in the eastern populace, who predict the day when they can remove American influence from the region. Who knows? Maybe the concentration within America can also see a new ally pop up, give us help we need in the future. You better fucking win this time, you motherfuckers. Screaming Eagles. The New York strike. Nice. I expect you motherfuckers to win. Fucking. If you don't fucking win, I will fucking hate you for fucking ever. And yes, I know I used fucking excessive in that sentence. Oh, I can't just march in. Guerrilla forces, Jesus Christ. This is a pretty powerful buff. So is this one. So is this one. Like, seriously. Abyssinia declared war in Eritrea. And Integral and the National Socialists have declared power in Brazil. Now you dudes better fucking win against Argentina in this one. We got it, but okay, you're paternal autocrats and you're authoritarian democrats. Do you have your own one? No. Sad. No, Somalia do. And Deutsch Mittelafrika. Psst, psst, Americas. It's time for civil war. It's time, I predict a civil war in the not very United States of North America. Baja California. Just build up forts all the way along this. Oh my god, I forgot what that river's called. The worst part is, you know that feeling where you know what it's called right until you have to say it? Yeah, that's what I have with this river right now. Like, I know this one here is the Mississippi. After all, who doesn't know that it's called the Mississippi? I can't for the life of not. Rio Grande, haha. The Rio Grande River. Yeah. Just build forts all the way along here. Especially along the Rio Grande River. Auto-saving. Does that mean you're gonna explode into civil war? No? Fuck you! Fair deal. Serbia crowns a king. Democracy repels. Defend America. They've gone down the entire Air Force tree. Now they're starting the Navy. And it seems like Indochina won. Great. Now if the combined syndicates of America can win too. I'm happy that you won. Viet Minh. Guns of Viet Minh. Viva la revolution, brothers! Look, they didn't even have to die loads of Americans down there this time. So at least the supply in there really less bad. No, it's not actually. Oh, the Civil War has erupted. Yep, the Civil War in America has erupted, and you better fucking win this one. Wait, you're actually involved in the Civil War? Hallelujah. Our opportunity has arrived. Seize the countryside. With the United States collapsing on itself, we can make previous 4 years worth it. It is time to reclaim the east of our country in the name of the revolution. And you dudes are actually engaged in the war. It's a whole miracle. And you're pushing up into New England? Great. Spread the revolution. March east. But the eastern part of our country wasn't officially demilitarized. The firm statement from the United States saying move an inch and we'll send you packing 10 miles prevented our troops from moving into the area that weren't already liberated by the revolution, as the Americans no longer watching. We'll send our enemies packing and rescue our people. Nationalize United Fruit assets. Move farmers east. It is time. Oh, I see. You seized Panama and then these motherfuckers declared war on you. Like we'd expect anything else. But come on. Believe in you. Jesus Christ, your tree has become quite nice. The People's Liberation Army. Centralized command? No. Decentralized command. Good. Combined syndicates, I expect you win. Meanwhile, you have like fight for America. Spread the revolution. Declare Monroe dead. Test Honduras. Declare Monroe dead. I have to free Honduras. Which, to complete this, Honduras must be socialist and Honduras must be liberated. Will abort it if effective not complete. Responsibility, failure of the revolution, our survival. The people celebrate a victory for all of Nicaragua. Time to test Honduras. Honduras has long been the target for a country between Telacacha and Nicaragua. Expand the industry. How many divisions do you have? 3. I have 4. Thus making me automatically the greater nation. This one will have us declared war on them. There we go. I started a border conflict. Oh, this is what that means. Border conflict. That makes sense. Come on, we can win. Why do I have that low? Why did they have that high? Guess my divisions are really shit. Maybe. Possibly. Likely. Well, so here's this one then. I can actually, from the ground up, yeah. Ta-da-da-da. Open up Eastern recruitment. No. We have to test them first. We have the initiative, but we do not have the victory. We even have the better commander. We'll start with the jack of all trades. Ah, yes. Yeah. Lingering of American influence, which will be removed soon. Come on, man. I believe that you can beat them. Maybe not. Deploy. Move farmers east. Which will make this one a core province, which will allow me much more recruitment in there. I won't win this border conflict, I can tell you that much. But it definitely won't be without use, since it allowed me to test the divisions. Yeah, fake up them out. Check them out. All of the civil wars have officially begun. The combined syndicates of the United States have soon collapsed. New issue. With the initial liberation of the East went well, an actual process of liberating the people from their foreign influence has been much less successful. The United Fruit Company, despite its rather steep decline, has hired mercenaries in Nicaragua to upset our nationalization of the industries and lands. The people have already begun to complain about the dissatisfaction, sent the militias, counter-bribe the mercenaries, and arm the people in the region to defend themselves. Counter-bribe the mercenaries. Come on, you can defeat the Nicaraguans. You cannot defeat the Nicaraguans. Deploy. Have another division join the border conflict. Yeah, I can actually use things like force attack. I send in an extra troop. 1937 Dutch elections. Now I just need you to reinforce. Beef, coffee, sugar, banana. Let's start with sugar. Come now. Reinforce the front line. Great. Seemingly we don't want to lose. Okay, recruitment in the east has soon been opened up. So have farmers moved over there. Syndicalist revolution in Switzerland. That's certainly an interesting thing. And eastern recruitment is the east is officially a core state. Established ties with El Salvador. Yes. Found the revolutionary form. The Mozambique Bush War. And the militia seems to have reinforced them again. But now they also have 4 divisions. I think this border conflict will go on quite a while. Nicaragua is for Nicaraguans. Thus completely removing the United States influence. They now have 100% defense. Ah, shit. Well, at least I got some training behind my troops. And you will soon reinforce them. Force attack. For all of you. Come on. You can soon reinforce them. By soon I mean you better fucking reinforce them. Yes, at least I'm recruiting quite a bit of our population now. The Commonwealth of Canada just annexed Panama. Have you actually joined in the fight again? No. You should do. Okay, here now I actually have, they just have 3. Okay, seriously, dude. Sugar. That one is complete. Beef. Now upping my weekly stability. Victory will come in the end. Like, how many divisions do you have to fall also? Ah, shit. Now, if I begin the revolution, I will have to commit 2 troops to keeping these locked down, then commit a fancy encirclement maneuver. As such, also seeking Nicaragua, and then I'll also push for Sao Paulo and Porto de Limana. But first, I need all my troops reinforced. But I've sent an embassy to you. Ah shit, I have no war. That's not good. The United Fruit Company and the American imperialists have been driven out of our country. All it is to take Bolivia, and Nicaragua will be secured for once. Will I get some kind of event? That would be cool. Cool. You know, channeling really my inner Cartman. There we go. And I shall end the episode here, guys, with the combined syndicate of America hopefully winning civil war, Nicaragua having been established for, you know, Nicaraguans, having lost the border conflict with Honduras, but prepared a plan for the coming invasion. I just realized you're a field marshal, not a general. But yeah, we shall win against these foul capitalists and imperialists. So, see you next time, guys. Bye.